Hi, and welcome to Rubber Duck's Let's Play / review of vintage video games. Today we're going to be looking at a game called Wizardry, the story of Lil Gammon. This came out originally for the PC and then for the Nintendo in, I think, 1989, and was released on the Super Nintendo with all three games. We're going to be looking at Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord first. This is the first of the series. I believe the series is up to 8 or 9 games at this time. So here we are at the castle. As you see, there are different places that we can view. We'll go ahead through those and let you know what each one has in it. Gilgamesh's Tavern. This is where you add your party member together. Adventures Inn, where you heal up, regain your spells, check your experience points, and level up. Boltax Trading Post. Next on the list, this is where you're going to buy your arms and equipment, as well as your bags, scrolls, and things like that. Temple of Cant. This is where you can bring back dead characters or characters who are paralyzed or petrified from the dungeon. Poison, don't have to worry about, that actually disappears. Edge of Town. This is where we go to another menu. Maze is where we're actually going to play the game. Restart an out party. If you leave a party in the maze and turn the game off, you want to restart an out party so that way you can play them again. Training Grounds. This is the one where you're going to create your characters. Characters can range quite dramatically. There's all sorts of different races and character classes and stuff like that, and we'll get into that. Turbo File, something new for the Super Nintendo version. I don't know what it does. Leave game, of course, is to end the game. Scenario change is to switch between the 3 different games that are on this cartridge. And of course, Castle ultimately brings us back to here. Gilgamesh's Tavern. Here you can add people, remove people from the party, inspect them, and you can divide gold. You can also leave, of course. So let's go ahead and check out what the ad has. We have 6 characters already pre-generated by the game. This is if you reset the data, this is what happens. And we'll go ahead and let's add these guys in. So we got 2 fighters, a priest, a thief, and 2 mages. If you look, you see that they already start with equipment, which is okay, but we're not going to keep that equipment. We are going to ultimately get rid of it. Now let's go down to Boltax Trading Post. We're going to bring him in. Let's go ahead and sell this stuff off, because we don't really need this. There we go. It also helps give a little extra gold. Whenever you create a new character, you will get a little extra gold. You'll see that in a little bit, and we'll go ahead and also show you how to pool gold once we're done selling off their equipment. Yeah, good old mages. Robes and daggers and staves, all they can use. Okay, pool the gold. There we go, 290 gold, not a bad start. So let's go to the training grounds, and let's create a character. First we'll create Bruce. He'll be one of our fighters. I tend to use a group of 3 fighters, 1 cleric, 1 mage, and 1 thief. I find that to be very useful. Of course, create your own group however you see fit. I'm not going to tell you how to play. Yeah, we're going to create the character. As you see here, we have 5 different races to choose from. Humans, elves, dwarves, gnomes, and hobbits. Your humans are general, standard humans as with any game. Nothing fancy. They actually have a lower piety than most other races. So they make terrible clerics, but they can be overall anything. Elves have higher intelligence. I tend to make them magic users. Dwarves, higher strength. Gnomes, higher piety. And hobbits have a higher agility. So go ahead and just kind of see here. Bruce, well, we'll ultimately make him a dwarf. So let's go ahead and click on that one once my controller decides to cooperate. Too much clicking. There we go. And as you see, good, neutral, and evil. You can also pick from. You get bonus points, which you can increase their stats to make them different classes. Let's see here, we'll create another fighter named Lenny. Lenny and Bruce. I think it's a good group of dwarven names. Probably not. Yeah, we're going to create this character. Another dwarf, another neutral dwarf. I create neutral dwarves as my fighters just because neutral can mix with both good and evil. Good and evil can't be in the same party together. There's a way around that, but it's just a little bit involved. Oh, Japanese characters. Okay, let's go with Bob. Yeah, great Bob here. Bruce, Lenny, and Bob. That just sounds like a trio of dwarves, doesn't it? yeah, we'll keep this character. Again, another dwarf, neutral. And we're going to go ahead and put him as a fighter. Go ahead and create. Now we're going to create Doug. He's going to be our cleric, or priest in this one, this version of the game. And Doug is going to be a good cleric. I want him good because I'm planning on making him into a lord. So I need to increase his stats to a certain set of parameters, and then I'll be able to make him a lord. So one of the things the game allowed you to do is you could change classes. Sometimes I'll change my mage and my cleric around, so that way they can gain spells in the other one's thing, because when you change a character around, they don't lose the spells that they've learned. Alright, here we go with Marge. Marge is going to be our mage, and we're going to make him an elf, or her an elf, it an elf. There we go. And then last but not least, we're going to create Paunch, and Paunch is going to be our thief. We need a thief so that way we can open chests up in the dungeon, which is what they're excellent at. They're okay fighters, and I'm going to make them neutral. Sometimes I'll make him evil just so that way I can level him up and turn him into a ninja. Ninjas need 17 in all stats and can easily kill enemies with one hit. They have the ability to decapitate, and as they level up, their AC will go down, and they'll eventually become even better armor class wise than fighters, as long as you don't give them any weapons or armor. So let's go ahead and play around. Let's see if we can create other classes. I'll show you how this works. As long as you have 11 in most stats, like 11 in strength, it will make a fighter. 11 IQ will make a mage. 11 piety is a priest or a cleric. I believe it's 12 in both, or 11 in both piety and IQ will make a bishop. 11 agility makes a thief. You can make samurai, which you need at least 18 points, and I believe it's goes 15 strength, 11 IQ, 12 agility, and 11 vitality. So lord and ninja you can't make based off of the bonus points. You will never get enough. So there's no point in trying to make one of those. You actually have to level characters up and make their stats as good as possible, and then change class, as you see, is one of the options. You can also change their name, delete characters, you can inspect characters, create characters, you can sort the characters out, so that way you can put your party at the top of the list, so it's a lot easier to add your party. Alright, so let's go ahead back to Gilgamesh's Tavern, and from there we're going to go and add the mage there that we pulled all that gold into, and we'll add also Bruce, that way we can get the gold away from that mage. There we go. So we'll inspect Bruce and pool gold. There we are, 445, not a bad start. We'll remove the mage. Now we're just going to go ahead and add everybody else from the party, Lenny, Bob, Doug, Marge, and Paunch. And let's go to Bolt Axe and we'll start buying equipment. I know I could have easily just traded off armor and stuff like that, but what's the big deal, right? Now another thing you can do to make some extra money is you can create characters just as throwaway characters and pool their gold up, throw away, and just keep doing it over and over again, so that way you can buy the best weapons and stuff that's already in here. Bit tedious, because you only get about 100 or so gold per character, but that's okay, because we're just going to do this the hard way and buy all the different equipment. Another easy way to make money is there's an item in the dungeon, I'm not going to tell you where, called the Ring of Death. It'll show up as a question mark ring, and you'll start losing life as you start running. That, if you can get it back up to the surface, and you can get a priest, not a priest, a bishop, or a wizard in the Nintendo version, to identify it without it becoming cursed to that person, you can sell it at Bolt Axe for 250,000 gold. I remember back in the day, we used to run down there, grab it, run up, and we would go through so many wizards, just throwaway characters. As you see here, real quick, you can buy only certain equipment for certain classes. Some classes can use everything. Some classes, like the mage, can only use robes, daggers, and staves. The thief here can only use the short sword, blade of biting, which is a short sword, but leather armor, padded leathers, small shields, cannot equip the stuff that the fighter can, which is understandable. Alright, so we got the party. We got everybody here. Show you the adventurers in. Now, where it shows how it goes 10 gold per week, that means that if you try to stay there and to heal up, you will age. If you age, eventually you'll die. Let's go ahead and equip everything. I'll get right back to that here. Yeah, if you age too much, you'll lose vitality. You lose all your vitality, you'll die. Alright, so let's go ahead and run through the dungeon here. We'll show you what a fight looks like. Oh, there we go. Ah, friendly group of skeletons. Let's go ahead and fight skeletons. Now when it says something vague like skeletons or something like that, it usually means that it's actually something else, and this is just what we see it as. See, there it popped up, so the undead kobold. Now we have the thief inspect and disarm the chest, that way we don't get killed. And if there are certain spells that will identify creatures, sometimes they pop up just like this and immediately show you that they're already identified. So here we go, we're going to fight 3 more undead kobolds. And let's see. There we go, have Paunch inspect it. Oh, exploding chest. Can't disarm it. Cannot disarm it. There we go, finally disarmed it. You can keep disarming as many times as you need to until the chest opens. Priest will end up with a Calfo spell, which if you are unsure what the type is, or you think that it might be identified wrong, which does happen sometimes, then you can cast Calfo on it, and that will show you what the chest really is, so your thief can disarm it. There we go, another chest. Oh, exploding box, killed Marge. Good job there, Paunch. Sometimes my thieves have butterfingers. There have been times where I've totally, thrown away a thief and created a new one. Alright, but this gives us a chance to show you the Temple of Camp. As you see, 250 gold. We're going to go ahead and see if Marge can come back. Oh, Marge is Cadordo now. That means that she's ashed. So we're going to need 500 gold per level in order to raise Marge now. I'll show you that little trick I was telling you about because I don't have the gold for it. So we'll add Marge, and we're going to go ahead and pool the gold. Get as much. If Marge gets lost after the ashing, then there's no getting back even her equipment. It won't come back. There's no taking it off her now. We'd have to take it off before we try for the ashing part. Okay, it's 500 gold. I only have 360, so let's go get some gold here. We're going to go to training grounds, and we're going to just create a throwaway character called Zero. Human, neutral human. Let's make him to a fighter. Yeah, and then see if he gives us enough gold here. As you see the list here. Okay, inspect Paunch, and then we pull gold. 470, so I'm still lacking 30 gold, so let's just remove him. And let's go into training grounds again. We're going to delete, let's go ahead and delete these characters, because we don't need them anymore. And we're going to delete Zero, because he was just a throwaway. We'll create Zero again. Again, another throwaway character, so that way we can get enough gold to try to raise Marge from the dead. Let's see, I'll add Paunch. Oh, accidentally add Marge there, but that's okay. It's got to pool the gold, and then we'll remove Paunch, Marge. We'll add the party, so that way we can get Marge back here. And okay, go back to Temple of Camp. We finally have enough gold. Let's see what happens. Now, not always is this going to work. As you see, Marge has been buried. That means that it didn't work. So Marge is lost completely. There's no getting her back. This game is unforgiving at times. We'll have to create a new mage. And this can really suck. As you see, we just created this character, so that's one thing. But when the character is somebody you've had to like level 12, 15, 20, and all of a sudden that happens, you just want to rage quit on it. It really, really sucks. So let's go ahead and create Marge again. M-A-R-G-E. Yep, neutral elf, and we'll make another mage. Yep. Alright. And we're going to go character sorting. We're going to get everybody in the proper order, just so that way we don't have to worry about it. There we go. So now when I go into the adventures in, I'll be able to grab them properly. Okay. Yep, add all those characters up. Inspect, Paunch, pool gold. Say Paunch goes back up in gold there because Marge had gold. Yeah, we'll go into the maze here. Marge doesn't need equipment. She's just a mage. Let's go. Every time you go up to the surface, it does reset. Every time you leave a level of the dungeon, the previous level does reset. So, okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to show you level 2, show you just how unforgiving this game can be. Let's see here. Okay, actually, yeah, we'll go back, because, see, all my characters are level 1s. Took a wrong turn, sorry. All my characters are level 1s, so, level 2 of the dungeon, you know, you'd think, okay, well, it'd be for level 2. It's not. We're going to dance around here in a circle, see if we can face any enemies so I can show you. I want to get the party killed off, because I really don't care, and, you know, I've played this game so much that this is nothing to me. Let's go ahead and try to find them through a door. Now you notice there's certain little text that'll pop up as you try to enter into certain doors. These ones you need certain items for, and you can't go through it without those items. So that's kind of one of the little storyline things, is to find all the different hidden items in this game. And every level, I believe every level has one. Friendly group of priests. So we got 3 priests, so let's kill them all. Let's see here. Doug has been killed. Good job killing Doug. Marge is down to 1 hit point. Priest is killed. Inspect. Oh, it's a trapless chest. We'll just go ahead and open it. Found a potion. Don't care. Because I wanted my people to die. There are no healing potions. There are only potions that cure things like poison and whatnot. 6 weird humanoids. Probably paralyzing, so they're zombies. I can tell that. Like I said, I played this game enough. Nope, Lenny's paralyzed. Now, if my whole group becomes paralyzed, they will be lost in the dungeon. If my whole group dies, they'll be lost in the dungeon. It's just how it goes. When was the last time a paralyzed person was able to crawl out of, walk out of a dungeon? Doesn't happen. And Bruce has been killed. Let's see here. Come on, kill Punch. Kill him. Wow, Punch is just ducking and weaving. Damn, Punch, you go. Okay, we're gonna ambush here. Oh, they found me. I hit 1 for 1. Oh, and Punch is killed. Oh, tombstones for everybody. So, my party is now lost. They are now down in the dungeon. And if I want to go get them, I will have to create a new party. See? Nobody in the out party. And as you see, they're all listed as away. So let's create... let's see here. There's only 5 in there. There should be 6. I wonder where one of them is. Might be that one's paralyzed. Okay, so let's go ahead and create. We're going to create Bae, B-A-E here. And Bae is going to lead us into the dungeon to go look, either A, go die, or B, go find the rest of the party. So, and Bae's going to do this all naked. We're not going to let him get dressed. Screw it. Yeah, maze, enter the maze. Okay. No, don't want to go up those stairs. We want to go this way. So let's see what happens. And here we are. Yep, take the stairs down. And hopefully I don't get lost in the process. One of the good challenges of this is definitely bring with you a piece of graph paper. You can download maps on the internet, but I really like the aspect of piece of graph paper. Okay, so I'm surprised. I can't flee. That means I'm going to be dead. Yep, Bae's dead. So that can happen too. So let's talk quickly about the game. Graphics, Super Nintendo version of the graphics, I give it about a 5, maybe a 6. Music, I gave it about the same. The Nintendo version, I would lower it down, maybe a 3 or 4 on graphics and music. Replayability, I would definitely say yes, because there's different parties you can create, and any new party, as long as they don't have a certain mark on them from defeating the bad guy at the end, any new party can go down and defeat the bad guy. So you can try, say, hey, I want a party of 1. You can go ahead and try creating, a party of mages, a party of clerics, however you want to mix it up. You can try making a party of thieves and seeing if you can get all your thieves to become ninjas, or create a party of clerics and thieves. That way you get healers in the group, and again, try to make a party of ninjas by leveling them up. That's always a possibility. You can definitely do a lot of things with this. There's a lot of replayability options. I love the game. I give the game at least an 8 out of 10 overall. And if that's kind of biased because it is a childhood game and I love the game so much, overall I would say probably fair about a 7 or a 6, maybe a 6.5 out of 10. It has an autosave feature, so if you lose you can't reset the game. It won't work, so you have to be careful with it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and create another one here for another day. This is Rubber Duck on the side. We've gone bye-bye.